Welcome friends. In the next video on Fourier series chapter, in the previous lectures we have discussed the Fourier series problems depending on the different intervals like minus pi to pi, 0 to 2 pi, then 0 to 2L type, then some problems based on the minus L to L also. In today's lecture we are going to discuss the problems depending on the problems of the Fourier series expansion, but from the previous examples the today's problem is little different. You will take a much interest in solving the problems. Let's begin with it. Okay, now we are going to solve one interesting problem. The question is, find the Fourier series expansion of f of x is equal to mod of sin x in the interval minus pi comma pi. Now you just think of this interval. This is of type minus L to plus L. So we need to check whether this function is even or odd. I am telling this is an interesting problem because here the function is mod of sin x. So while solving this particular problem, you must know the property of the modulus function. Earlier school you have studied one function f of x is equal to mod x for all x belongs to the real number set. When x is a positive number or a 0, means x takes a value which is a positive real number or a 0, then its value is always positive, means remains same, there is no change. But if your input x is negative, then value of the modulus is positive. For example, if I calculate modulus of minus 1.5, the answer is plus 1.5. We get a positive of it, is it? So remember this while calculating this particular Fourier series expansion. Okay, now we have to check whether this function is even or odd. So we replace x by minus x, hence mod of sine of minus x, that is modulus of minus sin x. I have already told modulus of any negative is always a positive, is it? So the value is sin x, which is same as mod of sin x, because modulus of a positive quantity is always positive. So hence the value of this as well as mod sin x is always same. Hence f of x is equal to mod sin x is even. Therefore the Fourier series expansion will have the a0 and an. Bn is of course 0. Are you clear with this? Okay. Now next point is, what is the value of L? The C is minus pi and C plus 2L is equal to pi. Hence of course L equals to pi. Therefore we can write the general form of the Fourier series as f of x is equal to a0 plus summation an cos n pi x upon L, but the value of L is pi, hence we write only cos nx. N runs from 1 to infinity. Of course the term Bn is 0 because function is even. Okay. Now we are going to calculate these values one by one, that is a0 and an. So a0 is equal to, what is a0? The formula is 1 upon 2L integration from c to c plus 2L f of x dx. Substitute the values of L, f of x, c and c plus 2L. We'll have 1 upon 2 pi integration from minus pi to plus pi. F of x is mod of sin x dx. Now the question comes, how to evaluate this integral? Since f of x is a mod sin x and which is an even function, we apply the property of definite integration. We get 1 upon 2 pi integration from 0 to pi, 2 times integration from 0 to pi, mod of sin x dx. Now what is the value of modulus of sin x in the interval 0 to pi? Whether it is positive or means not a mod of sin x, what is the value of sin x in the interval 0 to pi? Whether it is positive or negative, depending on we get a value of modulus of sin x. So if you just think of the graph in the interval 0 to pi, sin x is always a positive. Hence, the value of mod of sin x is sin x. Hence, a naught is equal to 1 upon pi. This 2 and 2 will get cancelled. Integration from 0 to pi, mod sin x becomes sin x. Now, integration of sin x is minus cos x. Limits from 0 to pi. Substitute the upper limit. Okay, I'll take a minus n outside. So, minus 1 upon pi into bracket cos pi minus cos 0. Cos pi is minus 1, cos 0 is 1. But there is a minus sign. So, minus 1 becomes minus 2. And this minus 1 becomes 2 upon pi. Hence, value of a naught is equal to 2 upon pi. Remember this. Now, we are going to calculate the value of an. What is the formula for an? An is equal to 1 upon 2l integration from c to c plus 2l f of x into cos n pi x upon l. But as we have seen in this problem, l is pi. Hence, we get here cos n x dx. Substitute the values 1 upon, sorry, not 1 upon 2l, it's 1 upon l only. 1 upon pi, integration from minus pi to pi. The value of f of x is mod of sin x into cos n x. As discussed, mod sin x is a even function. Hence, we will have 1 upon pi 2 times integration from 0 to pi. Why? Because mod sin x is a even, cos is a even into even is always even. So, by the property of definite integral, we can rewrite this integral as 2 times integration from 0 to pi mod sin x into cos n x. Okay. Now, as discussed previously, in the interval 0 to pi, what is the value of mod of sin x? Mod of sin x remains sin x in the interval 0 less than x less than pi. Or even you can take less than or equal to also this way. Okay. Hence, an is equal to 2 upon pi integration from 0 to pi sin x into cos n x. Now, how to evaluate this integral? There is a product of two functions, but so usually we say we go with the partial integration by parts, but here both the functions are trigonometric and there is a 2 outside. If I take it inside, we get 2 sin theta, 2 sin a into cos b. So ultimately we remember one property. What is 2 sin a cos b? 2 sin a cos b is sin a plus b plus sin a minus b. Apply that property here. So we will have 1 upon pi outside, this 2 is coming inside. Hence we get 2 times sin a cos b, that is sin of x plus nx plus sin of x minus nx dx. Is this okay? Fine. Now, this is nothing but, sorry, not 2, here I am just taking 1 upon pi integration from 0 to pi. This is sin of, I am taking x common and rearranging the terms, we get sin n plus 1x plus sin of 1 minus nx dx. Now for this second term, I am making one simple adjustment. This is sin of 1 minus nx. I am taking this minus n outside, we get sin of minus n minus 1x. And what is sin of minus theta? It is minus sin theta. So this is sin of n minus 1x. Minus sin of n minus 1. And this is 1 upon pi integration from 0 to pi. This is the reason for here. And sin of n plus 1x minus sin of n minus 1x dx. And this is the reason for this particular step. Okay, fine. Now we will evaluate this integrals with easiest step. So this is 1 upon pi as it is. What is the integration of sin? It is minus cos of n plus 1x divided by n plus 1. Limits from 0 to pi. minus for the second term, again same, minus cos n minus 1 x divided by n minus 1, limits from 0 to pi. Is this okay? Fine. Now the question comes, after substituting the upper limits and the lower limit, what I will get? Okay, so it's very simple. 1 upon pi. For upper limit we get minus cos of n plus 1 pi divided by n plus 1. Then for lower limit we have a minus sign. Again this minus become plus 1. Is it? So which gives me cos of cos 0, that is upon n plus 1. This is for the first term, minus. For the next term we will have minus cos of n minus 1 pi upon n minus 1. For lower limit there is a minus sign, and this minus become plus cos of n minus 1 into 0, that is cos 0 divided by n minus 1. Now, what is the value of cos n plus 1 pi? What is the value of cos n pi? Which is minus 1 raised to n. So similarly, cos of n plus 1 pi is also minus 1 raised to n plus 1. And similarly, the value of cos of n minus 1 pi is also minus 1 raised to n minus 1. Hence we get an is equal to 1 upon pi into bracket minus 1 raised to n upon n plus 1 plus 1 upon n plus 1 minus 1 raised to n minus 1 upon n minus 1 plus 1 upon n minus 1. Okay, that's it. Now we need to simplify these terms. See, there is a minus n with them. What will be the value of minus? Okay, here it is n plus 1. Okay. What is meant by minus 1 raised to n plus 1? By the properties of laws of not properties, by the laws of indices, we can write this as minus as it is, minus 1 into minus 1 raised to n. This raised to 1 and this raised to n, we get addition. So hence minus and this minus become plus, hence answer is minus 1 raised to n. Now for in second term, minus of minus 1 raised to n minus 1. We absorb this negative sign to make the similar term so that we can get a common from here. Okay. So this minus can be treated as a minus 1, hence we will have minus 1 raised to n. Therefore we get n is equal to 1 upon pi into bracket minus 1 raised to n upon n plus 1 plus 1 upon n plus 1 minus into bracket minus 1 raised to n plus 1 divided by n minus 1, and here it is plus 1 upon n minus 1. Now see, their denominators are same, hence we get 1 upon pi into minus 1 raised to n plus 1 whole divided by n plus 1 minus 1 raised to n plus 1 divided by n minus 1. See that these two terms are same, we can take it outside. Therefore we have n is equal to minus 1 raised to n plus 1 divided by pi into bracket 1 upon n plus 1 minus 1 upon n minus 1. Cross multiplying them, we get minus 1 raised to n plus 1 upon pi into bracket n minus 1 minus n plus 1 divided by n plus 1 into n minus 1, that is a plus b, a minus b, which gives us n square minus 1 square. So here we get plus 1, here we get a minus 1, here we get a plus n and here we get a minus n, get cancelled. This is minus 1 and this is minus 1 becomes minus 2. So minus 2 times minus 1 raised to n plus 1 divided by pi into n square minus 1. So this is the value of an. Okay. But there is a small question mark. Where? See, in Fourier series expansion, in an, your n begins from 1 to infinity. That means n will take the value 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like that. So it means a1, a2, a3, a4, a5, a6, a7 are can be derived. Can be derived from here, is it? But look at here, this n will take the values for, n takes the values from 1 to infinity, but for the value of n, see here, if I substitute n as a 1, a1 cannot be derived from here, because if I substitute 1 in the in place of n, see the denominator, we get 1 square minus 1. 1 square is 1, 1 minus 1 becomes a 0. So your denominator becomes a 0. So we doesn't get this value for n is equal to 1. So this is the value of an for n not equals to 1. Now what to do? In Fourier series expansion, we required n runs from 1 to infinity, and here I am getting n is not for n not equals to 1. This is the value of an. So it means we need to derive the value of a1, or in general we need to derive the value of an for n is equal to 1 separately. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, tell me what is the formula for n? 1 upon 12 integration from c to c plus 12 f of x into cos nx dx. Therefore a1 becomes, sorry, not 1 upon 12, it's 1 upon 8. For a1 becomes now 1 upon L integration from c to c plus 12 f of x into cos x dx. Is this clear? Substitute the value of L and limits. So 1 upon pi integration from minus pi to plus pi mod of sin x into cos x. As the previous, sin is a mod sin x is a even, cos is a even. So hence by the properties of definite integration, we have 2 times integration from 0 to pi mod sin x into cos x dx. And in the interval 0 to pi, the value of mod sin x is sin x. Therefore a1 is equal to 1 upon pi, I'll take this 2 inside, integration from 0 to pi 2 times sin x into cos x. What is 2 sin theta cos theta? What is the value of 2 sin theta cos theta? Yes, it is sin 2 theta. So this is sin 2x dx. What is the integration of sin 2x? Minus cos 2x divided by 2, limits from 0 to pi. Is it? Now, this is equals to 1 upon pi into bracket, we'll take minus n outside, cos 2 pi upon 2 minus cos 0 upon 2. So what is cos 2 pi? Cos 2 pi is 1, and what is cos 0 is 1. So 1 by 2 minus 1 by 2 gives us 0. Are you clear with that? So the value of a1 is what? 0. Therefore my Fourier series expansion for f of x can be given as a0 plus a1 into cos x plus summation n runs from 2 to infinity an into cos nx. But what is a0? a0 is, I think, 2 upon pi. Am I correct? Yes, 2 upon pi. Plus a1 is 0, so of course this term is going to be a 0. Summation n runs from 2 to infinity. What is the value of an? The value of an is, just a minute, I need to check the value of an. Okay, the value of an is minus 2 times minus 1 raised to n plus 1 whole divided by pi into n square minus 1 into cos nx. Now n takes the values 2, 3, 4, 5 like this. If I substitute n as a 2, we get minus 1 square, that is plus 1, 1 plus 1 becomes a 2. When n becomes 3, we get minus 1 cube, that is minus 1. Minus 1 plus 1 becomes a 0. Next n becomes 4, minus 1 raised to 4 becomes plus 1, 1 plus 1 becomes 2. Okay. Next n becomes 5, that is minus 1 raised to 5, that is minus 1 plus 1 becomes a 0. That means for odd term, this term is going to be a 0. Means, sorry, not odd terms. For n as an odd number, this term is going to be a 0. For n as an even number, this term will give us 2. Are you clear with it? Hence this is 2 upon pi into bracket minus 2 times pi 2 square minus 1, that is 4 minus 1, that is 3 into cos 2x, plus the next value of n is 3, that is odd, for which this bracket is 0, so skip this. Next value of n is 4, we will have minus 2 into 2 divided by pi into 4 square, that is 16 minus 1, that is 15 into cos 4x, plus next value of n is 5, for which this is going to be a 0, skip that. Next is n is equal to 6, pi into 6 square, that is 36 minus 1, that gives us 35 into cos 6x, plus and so on. See, minus 2 into 2, minus 2 into 2, minus 2 into 2, that gives minus 4 in each term. And minus 4 upon pi will be treated as a constant. I am taking it outside. So 2 upon pi minus 4 upon pi into bracket 1 by 3 into cos 2x plus 1 by 15 into cos 4x plus 1 by 35 into cos 6x plus and so on, like this. Okay. So this is the expected Fourier series expansion. Now I am going to give you one problem as an homework. Try to solve this and submit it on the WhatsApp or the email, which already known to you. The problem is, find the Fourier series expansion of f of x is equal to mod of cos x in the interval minus pi comma pi. Of course, this is an even function. This is a hint. And second, while taking an integration, think of that your cos function is like this. Okay. So for this is 0, this is the pi by 2, and here you have a pi. For 0 it is plus 1, for pi it is minus 1. So in the interval 0 to pi by 2, the value of cos x is plus, and in the interval pi by 2 to pi, the value of cos x is minus. Here it is plus and here it is minus. So while getting the value of mod of cos x in the interval 0 to pi, you need to divide this integral into two parts, one from 0 to pi by 2 and second from pi by 2 to pi. In the interval 0 to pi by 2, the value of mod of cos x remains plus because cos x is positive here. But while pi by 2 to pi, you need to think of, because in this interval, the value of cos is a negative. Hence, the value of mod of cos x is what? Can you tell me? Yes, quickly. Yes, of course. The value of mod of cos x is minus cos x. See, the modulus of cos x is cos x in the interval 0 less than or equal, okay, 0 less than x less than pi by 2 here, and is equal to minus of cos x in the interval in the interval pi by 2 less than x less than pi, because here the cosine values are negative. Therefore, the value of mod of cos x, I am saying value of mod of cos x is minus cos x. So this is the hint, and try to finish this problem as early as possible and send it on the WhatsApp or the email. Thank you. We will meet in the next video with some different and interesting problems. Till that, complete this homework. Thank you everyone.